Good evening, my beautiful friends. Thank you for joining me in today's transformational wisdom and powerful guided healing meditation session. Friends, we all can agree that it's been a tough year. The stress coming from the present situation is touching almost every family and has begun to weigh heavily on our inner systems. Whether you have been impacted directly or indirectly, the question becomes, how do you build resilience during these turbulent times, and especially for the days ahead? The time has come where we need to rise above the superficial ways of living life. We need to learn the education that makes us aware of how to honor this life. Mind you, till now, we have used this knowledge as an accessory to our life. But now, we must use it as a primary source of wisdom to live life if we want to stay resilient and stress-free in present times. We need education that can help us on 3 levels simultaneously. First one is head to head, second one is heart to heart, and third one is soul to soul. So today I'm going to share with you how to achieve this wisdom. It's very interesting. What we need is 5 layers of effort to transform the present times of crisis into a joyful and stable life. The first layer is physical effort. And we all are familiar with physical effort because this is how we all live life every day, by completely focusing on our doings. So all efforts are done by our physical body, and since our physical body is limited, it gives us limited success, limited joy, with a lot of stress. And let me explain to you what I mean by limited outcomes, limited joy through physical effort. Imagine that you love chocolates. So you are craving for a chocolate, you hop in your car and you run to the candy store, you buy a chocolate, you come home, and as soon as you come home, you unwrap the chocolate cover, and instantly when you put the candy in your mouth, you start to feel the joy. It gives you pleasure. But the moment candy is gone, your joy is gone. Sometimes you don't even remember that you ate it. So this is how limited our physical effort is. The second level of effort that we need to understand is intellectual effort. So when you add your intellect to the physical effort, the success that you achieve, it goes up notch higher. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. Let's take the same example that you have this candy in your hands and you are a diabetic patient and you know eating candy is harmful for you. So when you are about to eat the candy, instantly your intellect is counseling you, stop, don't eat this candy, otherwise you will deteriorate your health, and as a result you stop it. So intellect when it's added to your physical effort, instantly you start to see higher outcomes, more success in doing the right things. The third level of effort is mental effort. Sometimes you are intelligent in your actions and you work very hard with your physical energy, but you lack that inner strength, that inner power, and that's why you give up after trying few times. So if you add mental efforts to your physical and intellectual efforts, your chances to succeed go up much, much higher. So by mental efforts, I mean your inner energy, your inner strength, your inner power. So when you combine physical, intellectual and mental efforts, the results become extraordinary. Your actions become so sharp, your actions become so powerful, they add zest to your life. And let me share an example with you. Now you have that candy in your hands and you know you are a diabetic patient. And your intellect is counseling your mind, don't eat this candy. But if you lack inner power, if you lack that willpower, if you lack that energy, then you will not be able to stop. You'll give up and you'll end up eating that candy which will harm your health. So if you have that inner power, that willpower, that strength, and when you add that to your intellectual efforts and your physical efforts, instantly you see that the outcome that you desire, it happens. Whatever you wish for, it happens in life. And the fourth layer of effort is called Adhyatmic effort, which is the highest level. Friends, it's very difficult to translate the word Adhyatma in English. But what I mean by Adhyatma is when your dharma becomes part of your daily karma, we call it Adhyatma effort. Which means you live life in your true nature. Just like the natural tendency of water is to flow downwards, the natural tendency of fire is to flow upwards. Similarly, friends, the natural tendency of human life is to grow in happiness, peace, purity, love and strength. So when you live with your original nature, when you don't only live for your own self, but make an effort to uplift other people's lives through establishing spiritual connections, it's like what we are doing on every Monday. It's a true example of Adhyatmic effort. You'll find that the combination of physical effort, intellectual effort, mental effort, and then Adhyatmic effort, when you add all these four efforts, then what happens? You start to live life with joy, with stability, and with ease, no matter how these circumstances are in the outside world. And the last, fifth effort is when you merge your individuality into universality. When you add the divine power to your individual power and start running your life with that power, it's called merging in divinity. So when you combine these 5 efforts, you will start to feel that perfection will flow through your life, excellence will flow through your life. your base becomes very stable. You become like a mountain, stable, still and strong. Exuberance of life is possible only when you live life through these 5 efforts. And you gain that stability, you gain that strength even when you are in the midst of challenging situations, you always stay strong and stable and balanced. You know, Rishi Patanjali said 5,000 years ago in Yog Darshan, Evam Dukham Anagatam, that when you are merged with these higher practices of yoga, yoga meaning union with your own self, union with the source of all existence. So what Rishi Patanjali said, Evam Dukham Anagatam, that when you start to practice the higher practice of yoga, when you go deeper into the yogic practices of yoga and meditation, then before even sufferings come to you, you are protected. You protect yourself from all the sufferings before they even come near you. It's a very profound statement Rishi Patanjali made, and it is so true because it creates a shield of protection all around you where no pain or suffering can ever penetrate through that shield, and you stay always protected. And now let me share with you how the practice of meditation can bring all 5 layers of efforts in your life. So think, when you sit in meditation, first thing is you're sitting in a right posture. That's your physical posture. And that brings the physical effort in you. Then what do? You shut your eyes and ears to the outside world, and now you are centered. You grow in your intuitive powers, and that's what brings the intellectual efforts in you. The third thing is, when your body is in right position and your intellect is disconnected from the world, now you experience the power of spirit because you're connecting to your inner self. And this connection brings that willpower, that mental effort in your life. And when you establish connection with your own self, you start to vibrate pure positive energy. Your aura becomes very pure, very positive. That's how you establish adhyatmic connection. And when you establish that connection, not only your aura becomes very pure and positive, but you start to vibrate, you start to spread joyful vibrations to everyone around you. So your connection with your own self helps you to connect with the source of all existence and create the 5th connection, which is connection with the divine, by merging your individuality into the universality. So, as you see, this is how the practice of meditation brings in all 5 layers of efforts in your life so you can lead an extraordinary life even in the midst of crisis situations that are happening in the outside world today. You know, scientists say that when you meditate for 8 weeks continuously, the gray matter in our brain, it increases. According to the Medical Journal of America, The structure of brain changes when we meditate for only 8 weeks. So, we know that meditation impacts us positively. We know that meditation brings calmness and serenity and balance and joyful in our life. It increases our intuitive powers. It builds the confidence that we need to run our life. But when scientists affirm that, that's when it brings more confidence. It affirms what our experience has been, what our learning has been from many, many years of learning and practicing. So today scientists are also confirming how the practice of meditation changes the structure of our brain. So my message today is this. From this moment on, start using these 5 layers of efforts, and I can assure you that you will remain stable in all situations. You will be living with vibrant energy even when you don't have the outside world support. We need this wisdom to avoid stress coming from the crisis situations that are happening in the outside world, touching each and every family today. This is the formula that need to be adopted to live life with joy and stability in the challenges of present times and also in the days ahead. So let's practice this powerful guided meditation. You know, when we are in stress, then the first sign of stress is we start to frown. And when we frown, we use 72 muscles. But when we smile and stay relaxed, we only use 4 muscles. So when we frown, we use 72 muscles. That means we give so much work to our brain. So we must relax before we start meditation, just by having a beautiful smile. Meditation is a journey from movement to stillness. Meditation is a journey from sound to silence, and that is what we are about to do. So first thing is, we want to just relax. One way to relax is have a beautiful smile and just, put your index finger on the top of your eyebrows and the thumb below your eyebrow and just straighten out your eyebrows like this. Just give a nice little massage 3 times. Take it from the front and just stretch your eyebrows. Just straighten them out and you'll see, instantly you'll feel so much relaxation in your forehead area. Just like this. And now, sit straight, sit tall, spine erect. Find yourself a place where you cannot be disturbed in next 10 minutes. You can sit in the meditation mudra, like this. Take the thumb and the index finger, place your wrists on your knees, or you can simply place your palms in your lap. Have a beautiful smile on your face. Softly close your eyes and take a nice, long, deep breath with the count of 4. Hold to the count of 2 and let it all out to the count of 4. At this point, disconnect yourself from the outside world and connect yourself to your inner self. Connect yourself to the source of all existence. Quieten your inner dialogue, inner chatting by listening to this guided meditation. Take a nice long deep breath. Hold and let it all out. The in-breath energizes your body, while the out-breath brings relaxation in you. We get to know the normal phenomena of life, phenomena of our breathing. In-breath is energizing our entire body, and the out-breath is bringing relaxation in every cell. And now let's take a moment and honor our body. Our body, which is a precious gift from God to us. Let's honor our body, which adds the physical effort in our life. Our body carries trillions of cells, and each and every cell carry an enormous amount of energy. So by practicing meditation, we connect to this enormous amount of energy and use that energy to run our life. Let's honor our body. Let's express our gratitude to the Almighty for giving us this precious gift of body. Take a nice long deep breath. Hold it to the count of 2 and let it all out. Have a beautiful smile on your face and allow this smile to percolate in every cell of your body. Allow this smile to percolate and relax your shoulders, your upper back, and now allow it to percolate in your lower back, your knees, your ankles. Just feel complete relaxation in your entire body. And it's time we honor the second dimension, which is our breath. It is our breath that's keeping us alive. Let's become very conscious of our breathing. Let's become mindful about our breathing. It is through breath that we move in and connect to the inner powers. It is only through breath we are able to travel within and connect to the source of all existence. We are honoring our breath, precious breath that's making us alive. Take a nice long deep breath. Hold it to the count of 2 and allow it to be out to the count of 4. The in-breath energizes our body and the out-breath relaxes our body. It's this energy that gives us the power to deal with the outside challenges without being affected. It's this wisdom, it's this education, it's this practice that's needed in these days to protect yourself and stay calm, serene, joyful. It's the need of the hour. It is our breath that gives us the effort to make intellect part of our doings. It helps us to add intellectual power to our physical doings. And now let's honor our third dimension, which is our mind. All of our body is in our mind. This is how powerful our mind is. It's the mind that manufactures all the thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Let's honor our mind and be friend with our mind. When mind is behind everything you do, anything you wish, it happens. When mind is behind eating, you eat right. When mind is behind thinking, you think right. When mind is behind sleeping, you sleep right. Let's honor our mind. Through this connection with our mind, we develop the willpower. We develop that inner power, inner energy. It gives us the strength to do the right things. So when we sit in meditation posture, by first straightening our spine and then using our breath to move within and then connect with our inner power, inner spirit, we start to live life with our original qualities. We start to grow in our original qualities of love, strength, purity, power, and calmness, peace. We grow in these qualities, and that is when we don't need the outside world support. We become so independent within our own self, within our own beautiful world. It is through the practice of meditation we connect to the source of all knowing, to the source of all existence, and merge our individuality in the universal power. And we use this power, divine power, to run our life. I thank you, God, for giving me these precious gifts of body, mind, and breath. But we must take care of them. We must nurture them with the waters of yoga and meditation. This is the only way we can protect ourselves from these stresses and strains of current situation and still live with peace, joy, and stability. Your love for me is unparalleled, God. Your love for me is unconditional. I thank you, God, for accepting me the way I am and transforming me with your divine light. Slowly come back to your body consciousness and let's chant Om one time. Take a nice long deep breath. Shanti. slowly start rubbing your palms, keeping your eyes closed. Keep rubbing your palms. Have a beautiful smile on your face. Feel the warmth. We are about to do self-Reiki on ourselves. And now take your healing palms, place them on your eyes. Just feel the calmness that this short practice has brought into your body, in your mind. Now take these healing palms, place them on both sides of your head. May I always think right. Because when I think right things start to happen in my life. And now take these healing palms and just rub it all over your body, especially the areas that need more energy, more power. Just rub all over and then slowly bring your palms closer to your chest. Start opening up your palms, open up your eyes and say, yes, I can. Repeat after me, yes, I can. I have the power to surf through today's unpredictabilities of life without being affected by them. Yes, I can. And then just bow down to the Almighty for giving us the wisdom to invest these 30 minutes towards our own well-being, and just relax. Friends, this concludes our today's meditative session. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found it to be useful. I really enjoyed being with you, and I wish that you would carry these words of awareness in your interaction with the world every single day till we meet again next Monday. So thank you, and hope that you would let me know in few words how your experience has been about this session. And with that, namaste. Thank you. Have a beautiful evening.